There is a story circulating right now that is extremely serious, extremely sensitive, and also very easy to misunderstand if people aren't careful. It's something we've talked about before, and I want to walk through it again. Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu, who's the vice chair of the House Democratic Caucus, went in front of a microphone and said that the newly released Epstein files include allegations that Donald Trump raped children and threatened to kill them. This is what Ted Lieu had to say. Why are Republicans so interested in Bill Hillary Clinton? It's because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times. In those files, there are highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. So I encourage your press to go look at these allegations. And I'm highly disturbed that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong. Yesterday he said essentially that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yes, you're guilty because patronizing is part of the law, of the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including Donald Trump. He needs to read the law and investigate these people. He also needs to resign, not only for not knowing the law, but a massive screw-up, the biggest privacy violation in history. They released a lot of pictures of minors unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for what they did. The one thing that they could not do under this law was to invade the privacy of these women, now who were girls at the time, who were victims of sex trafficking. Also, he met with Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell moved her to a medium security prison and then got a puppy for her. So, for all those reasons, he's just got to leave the Department of Justice. All right? These are allegations contained in documents connected to Jeffrey Epstein. I've discussed these documents and a particular document that Lieu is referring to before. And I do think it's important we play it down the middle with regard to what is an allegation and what is proof. What Ted Lieu is referring to are not findings of guilt. They are not criminal convictions. They are claims that appear in files connected to the Epstein files more broadly. And it's important not to blur the lines between what this is and what it could be. Now, Lieu's broader point here is political and procedural. He's accusing House Republicans of trying to distract from what's in the files by dragging Bill Clinton in to testify and dragging Hillary Clinton in to testify, even though neither has been charged with any crime related to Epstein, nor have there even been allegations of such crimes. And Lieu says everybody in the Trump administration, including the Justice Department, is mishandling the release of these files. None of that is in dispute. That is absolutely true. The Department of Justice released millions of pages of this stuff under transparency law. They didn't properly redact some of it. Victims' names were briefly accessible. Explicit materials prompted outrage from survivors' advocates and forced the DOJ to pull down a bunch of these documents. Now, the allegation that keeps resurfacing about Trump raping a child and potentially being involved in an attempt to kill the child comes from years ago. There are a couple different things this refers to. First, there's a woman using the pseudonym Katie Johnson, who filed a lawsuit against Trump and Epstein, accusing them of raping her when she was a minor. The lawsuit was withdrawn and some aspects of the claim were later recanted. There's no criminal case. There's no finding of guilt, no indictment, no trial. The identity of the plaintiff was never publicly verified. That history is real. We can't pretend it doesn't exist. But pretending that it's any kind of settled fact would be very dishonest. Second, in the new Epstein files, there is a document which I looked at in detail before, which says that on a boat with Epstein in a small offshoot of Lake Michigan, Trump and Epstein are accused of all sorts of things. I said at the time, I don't find this particularly credible. It reportedly happened decades ago. A lot of details don't make sense, including the timing of when Trump and Epstein are believed to have known each other, and whether the boat described could even operate in water that shallow. So I said, this is what the document says. I struggle to believe it. That is another aspect of what Ted Lieu is referring to here. The broader story is that this is becoming a very ugly political fight. Republicans say they want transparency, but they only want to focus on Democrats connected to Epstein. On the other hand, Democrats are saying whoever this takes down, give us the transparency you promised. So, where this leaves us today is this. There are allegations in the files involving powerful people. including Donald Trump. Allegations are not proof. Some claims have been withdrawn, some have been disputed, some have been found not credible after law enforcement looked into them. Some names appear without any allegations at all, and the Justice Department is making everything worse by handling the release recklessly. If Republicans want transparency, support a serious, victim-centered process. If Democrats want accountability, be clear about what is alleged and what is proven. Ted Lieu is not wrong to say the allegations exist, but context matters. Many of these allegations do not appear particularly credible.